Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since the last video, but we are back again. Now I've had my S5 II for a good while now, and I've shot some great projects with this camera. But recently I decided to upgrade to the S5iiX, and this was for a few reasons, which I will discuss later in the video. Now, because I jumped at this upgrade, this doesn't mean that the S5 II is not good enough for professional work. I think with so much hype that landed around the S5iiX version of the Lumix S5 II, it's left some confusion between these two models. So this video has come from all the questions that I've received from Instagram over whether the S5iiX is better choice than the S5 II, and which one should you be looking at if you are after or considering upgrading to one of these cameras. Let me tell you that this camera is not for everyone. So if you are on the fence about picking up the S5 II or the S5iiX, maybe stick around and check out this video. Now let's start at cost. This is usually a big area for people when choosing a camera, and this is obviously going to be dependent on your level with your filmmaking. The camera body is only a part of many thousands of pounds that you are going to fork out on your journey as a filmmaker, and there is always something else that you're going to need to buy. How do I know this? Trust me. Now the S5 II is about £1,700 brand new, and the S5iiX is coming close at £1,900. So this will have you thinking that this is only about 10% price difference, which is pretty minimal, especially for people shopping at this level of camera. Well, yes, but there's more. Now, when the S5iiX dropped on the scene, the second-hand market for the S5 II exploded. This left everybody running out and snapping up the S5iiX because they presumed that it was going to be a better camera. This isn't necessarily the case though, and with the S5 II selling for as low as £1,200 on the second-hand market now, which is a serious bargain for you all out there. This just makes it all the more interesting for your choices between these two cameras. So we will start here by saying that if you are a baller and money is no object, then why not go and blow it on the X model of the S5 II. I'm sure you will enjoy that camera endlessly and you'll get some great stuff out of it. But if you want to save some money for more important things like lenses and monitors that are going to help you improve your video from the get-go, there are some bargain S5 II models out there for you guys to snap up. Happy hunting. Now, one of the big reasons for me to upgrade was to open up the additional codecs available in the X model for my professional work. I'm not going to go super in depth on these codecs, but I will say that it is absolutely insane the amount available on both the S5 II and the S5 iiX. And if you hop on to the Lumix website, which I will leave a link in the description below for you guys to check out, you'll be able to see all the codecs and bit rates available on both of these cameras as well. So with the S5 iiX, you gain the ability to record ProRes internally and externally. But for this, you will need higher speed media or an external recorder such as the Atomos Ninja or Shogun to record externally. You will also get B-raw recording abilities, but for this, again, you're going to need a B-raw recorder. So as you can see, additional costs are already required to open up these external recording options for you guys. Along with these ProRes and B-raw codecs comes the additional intraframe internal codecs, the H.264, 265 codec. These two codecs are really useful as you can utilize these for better quality footage over the long GOP codecs. Also to note that since the long GOP codecs are more compressed, computers are going to struggle a lot more to play and edit them. So a secondary benefit of the all-I codecs is that your PC or Mac will probably speed up when editing these files. So if ProRes is a client obligation, which sometimes it can be, or you need the all-intra codecs for the higher quality images, then the versatility of the S5iiX, in my opinion, is difficult to beat. So the S5iiX opens up the ability to record directly to SSD, which is a feature I love and also I sometimes hate. I say hate because if you do not rig the camera up for this recording scenario, bumping a lead can cause you all kinds of issues and loss of footage. So if you do want to make use of the ability to SSD record, then make sure your camera is rigged out properly for it. I will leave some links in the description below to the items I've used in the video. But using SSDs for direct recording and being able to record high bit rates so quickly is a useful option for me, as this can massively speed up my workflow on some projects, and especially for my YouTube, by just being able to pull the drive out and then going straight to editing. It really is a speedy way for me to edit. And with the price of SSD drives dropping all the time, it's a great option to have for your filmmaking. Oh my God, this is classic. Seriously, if you are buying this camera because it is a blacked out design, trust me, there is so much more to this camera than the styling. But to be honest, when it does come to the all black look of this camera, yes, it looks great, but let me tell you, operating it in the dark can be somewhat fun and maybe something that was overlooked in the design of this camera. Coming from someone who utilizes multiple different cameras for different projects, I do not have the amazing muscle memory to be able to operate this camera in pure darkness. So just let that be a warning to you guys out there. With both the S5ii and S5iiX having very similar features, I hope this has singled out the main few reasons that should help you choose and make you think about your use case. I think you can't go wrong at all with either of these cameras, and you can grab some absolute bargains on the second-hand market with these cameras. Also to note, that there is an APS-C crop on higher frame rates of 50 and 120 frames, and I wanted to specify that as a lot of people seem to believe that the X model has no crop, but unfortunately it still exists in both of these models. So coming from the S5ii, which I have filmed some smaller works on, and the image for me on those projects has been absolutely more than acceptable, and I've loved them and utilizing this camera. But having the extra features on the S5iiX, as I've mentioned, allow me to utilize this camera in a more environments, making it more useful tool at the professional level that I film. This is where I say, if you are new to filmmaking or just starting out, and you are shooting smaller videos on the side, maybe weddings or smaller events, or you maybe are beginning a YouTube channel, then the S5ii is more than adequate for those levels of filmmaking. And you will be more than happy with the images and videos you produce from these cameras. And a little snippet for you guys who are stuck between Sony and Lumix, the A7 IV and the S5ii are super similar in specs. But from owning both of these cameras, I think the video specs you get with a Lumix camera is a massive bang for its buck over the Sony. But drop some comments with your favorite camera and you are using at the moment. Are you an S5ii user or an S5iiX user? I'd love to know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video super soon. Cheers guys.